Hi everybody, and welcome to step 2 of the Man vs. Nature project. So for step 1, you were to submit your photographs that you took that remind you of Man vs. Nature. So you were to take a photograph of something that's man-made and something that's natural or organic in the same photo. And you were to take about 5 of them. To get some ideas. So for example, if you had trees and there was also a person in that's something, and a person has like a axe or something, that would be man-made, and that would also be nature in the same photo. If you had a picture of a house, but you also had, a thunderstorm or lightning, that would be man-made versus nature. So any of those can work, or a road next to trees. So you're gonna take 5 photos and submit that in step 1, so make sure you've done that first or else you'll be confused. And so for step 2, we're gonna gather our ideas by looking at the photographs that we took. So for example, here on mine, I point the camera up, I have my 5 photographs that let's say I took, or I was inspired by here. And now I'm gonna use those to gather my ideas in on my piece of paper. And I'm gonna draw some thumbnails, some practice drawings. And then I'm gonna submit this practice drawing in step 2. And then we're gonna choose the best one to use for our final project here. Let me lift this up a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm gonna start my ideas here, and this is exactly what you're gonna do. So I'm like looking at one of my photos here, and I see that there's like a house. So I'm gonna start drawing just a simple version of a house. Remember, these are thumbnails, so nothing has to be like complicated. Okay, so I'm just drawing the framework of my house and my idea here. Kind of like more of like a farmhouse you would see. Okay, and then that's my man-made thing, and then I'm gonna draw, coming out of it, a tornado, which is completely natural and not man-made. So I got my tornado starting to form here, and maybe add a little shading, but I'm not gonna go crazy because remember, this is just gathering our ideas, doesn't have to be perfect. We just wanna kinda like figure out the composition a little bit. I'm gonna scribble a little bit to make it look a little crazy. And you could draw, you know, some gusts of wind or clouds in the background, lines of what they would look like there in the distance. And I think that's enough for a thumbnail. That's all you need, just to show the basic point of what you're getting across and the basic framework there. Okay, so tornado's coming. And then I'm gonna go to my next idea. So my next idea, I'm just gonna do a simple road. So I'm gonna start always with my horizon line here. And I'm gonna do a man-made road. And then next to it, I'll draw some like texture. Quickly, some road lines so you know it's man-made, even though most roads are man-made, unless it's a natural path that you find. And then I'm gonna start some trees. So I'm just gonna do some really tall trees. Like in my photo, they go so high that you can't even see the tops of them. Okay, and then I'll do one here. Really tall trees. Not even gonna worry about branches because this is just practice and we're just laying out the idea here. Okay, and then I might go to my other idea. So my other idea I see might be like just a profile of a person or half of their head. So we got half of their head. And the chin. The ear. The nose. Lips. Neck. And then coming out of her head could be anything that's natural. So the person could be considered man-made. So maybe I'll do like some vines or some tree-like lines coming out of her, just for fun. Going in another direction. So that's man versus nature. Okay, so that's my other idea. And let's see what else I got. So I also have, you could do like a light bulb. Okay, and then next to it might be a ground line. And then I'm putting some flour in here. You might see trash outside next to nature. I bet a lot of us have seen that. So I got my flour in here. So that's my other idea. And then you're gonna think of one more idea, and it could be anything. So, you know, make sure if you didn't take 5 pictures, you could always like search the web too to think of another idea that might help you with this. They'll give you more clue of what to do a little bit. There's so many things that you could do. So for me, I think my last one, I'm gonna draw what looks like a tidal wave. And then inside the tidal wave, I got my lines. And then man-made, you could put anything there. You could put like a person, or you could put like a surfboard. Anything like that would work. But for me, maybe I'm gonna just draw like a random person. Like standing, which makes no sense because it's in a tidal wave. You can make it like as surreal. It doesn't have to make sense as possible. So I'm just starting to draw a guy kind of looking up at the wave. with the hat on, just standing there, which makes no sense. So you can make it as surreal as you want and surreal as possible. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to submit your 5 drawings. You're going to take a picture of it, and then you're going to upload it in step 5. Thanks so much, guys. I look forward to seeing your drawings and working on our final project. All right, take care. Bye.